Pumpkin lady. Pumpkin lady. Pumpkin carver.
carving.
She carves other things. She's here every day. She's a little bit wacky, but we love her. It's Studio Dori. I think I just wrote you a jingle there, Dori. You're welcome. That's a freebie. You do a pumpkin for us. I do a jingle for you.
Love it.
So she has our pumpkin here. And it's, do we want to do the big reveal first? I kind of can't wait to see it. So there's two versions of our logo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one she did. Mine is the actual commercially created by it's just the words WIIL Rock Morning Show, Tom and Leah.
My kids could have made that.
And then you're right, easily. Just
Also
it's a
could have
font.
made this.
It's literally just a font. And then Fernando drew a picture of us on day one with Leah having big boobs. And I don't know what are mine. Do I have like pectorals? Is that, or is
You
that
have
my
broad
nipples?
shoulders, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's like a child's drawing. Leah's showing to the camera now. TomTube is up and running. And I hope she did yours instead of the official one, the one you're wearing, the Fernando logo, which by the way is just spectacular. The big pumpkin reveal. Reveal it to this camera, Dori. TomTube is running. Here we go. Pumpkin, Dori, Studio Dori. She did that.
She did do it.
Wow.
Oh my god!
And the nipples are kind of there.
They
too.
are there. She did them.
She put the nipples on there.
She only gave me one nipple and you too. How did you know?
Because that's what the logo is.
Yes.
Now, do you do that? You have a computer stencil made and then you carve out the stencil, or you do that freehand? But because that is exactly hold the pumpkin next to your chest, coworker, he said, and post it up to the camera. It's plugged. It's an electric pumpkin.
Okay. It's electric. Boogie woogie.
It's a boogie woogie woogie. It's our electric pumpkin.
I can't do it. We'll take a picture later.
Okay.
Well, I did send you the lit ones. So
Yeah.
And we'll turn the lights out and take a picture. But it is the Fernando logo
on a pumpkin.
On a pumpkin with nipples.
3.
The only morning show in the history of the world to have a pumpkin logo with nipples carved on it.
I'd have to say that's a first.
I gotta think we're the first on that. Of our pumpkin nipples. We're looking for a name for our show. Maybe pumpkin nipples in the morning. You guys laugh too hard.
Pumpkins don't have nipples, Tom.
Ours do. We'll find out more about carving pumpkins with Studio Dori. It's 8:23.
Partly sunny today with a high near 82.
The Pumpkin Nipples Morning Show. Here's Fix Me from 10 years. 95 WIIL Rock.
Fix my nipples.
The rock station. Studio Dori is here for Pumpkin Day our annual Pumpkin Day on the WIIL Rock Morning Show. And yes, I'll be playing the pumpkin song from Jim Peterick. Yesterday there was a news story, right, or something. We were talking about pumpkins.
Why were we talking about
pumpkin sex? I don't know why we're talking about anything usually.
I missed that.
Came up somehow yesterday. Anyway, the pumpkin song coming up in a little bit. Plus, more with Studio
I don't
Dori.
know if pumpkin sex is a thing.
It was, and we'll play the song about it coming up in a little. You don't think anybody say if you've seen American Pie, if you can do that to a pie, you can certainly do it to a jack-o'-lantern. You know,
it's really hot. That's like
you want to find the one that doesn't have one tooth. The one tooth can be an issue.
It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Oh boy.
Is it before or
Story
after
of
the
my
stings?
life. Story of my life. A manageable hot dog.
In a pumpkin. And they lived happily
ever after.
Oh my God.
I never know how we get to where we get in conversations. This is the dumbest show in the history of radio.
It should be syndicated.
How are we still on is what I think.
Should have that caller from yesterday explain it to us again.
Our show, right? That person explained how we got to where we were. I don't know how we're talking about hurting your penis, your manageable on a pumpkin tooth. I don't know. Anyway, it's 8:28. Dori is still here, which I can't believe she didn't get up and walk out. We'll talk with her.
She comes back in. She
every
loves
year.
it. Every year.
If you have pumpkin questions, and that really is a thing, text them in now. Questions about getting a better pumpkin or what Dori does. Text to 815-283-0095. Make studio the first word in your message, followed by your pumpkin question. We're saying pumpkin's the orange gourd type things. Isn't the gourd family? I don't even know.
Is it a fruit?
Botanically, because it comes from a flower.
Get closer to the mic, Dori. It because it comes from a flower, it's a fruit.
Correct.
A pumpkin is would you said pumpkin is a fruit or a vegetable? I would have said vegetable.
I would have said veggie.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dori. You're so educational. Also, I'm going to hump your artwork later on.
There's a hole in it for you already.
Hot dog, a manageable hot dog.
It's the little nipple.
Orange, slimy hallway. Oh, the nipple.
The nipple is where you're going to fit it in.
A little tiny pinprick. I think you're underestimating what manageable means now.
Oh, man.
It's manageable. It's not.
It means that you can deal with it. It's manageable.
It means it's slightly smaller than unmanageable.
No.
I'm just slightly smaller than something that it's like, no, get that thing away from me.
That's the thing.
It's like watching a tennis match.
Yes.
Just watching you two back and forth, trying to figure out.
You can't change what manageable means.
Google manageable.
To catch you up, my fiance now who by the way said yes. Who by the way said yes, so it can't be too horrible.
She said yes again yesterday too.
I keep asking because I can't believe I got the answer. I should leave it alone. Leave well enough alone. Has referred to it as manageable, which in my mind, manageable is like, it's a little bigger and be like, no, get that giant thing away from me. Because I always thought it was small, but I haven't seen that many in real life. So I don't. Neither is she, of course. Maybe she's just been hanging around with very tiny men.
Apparently.
You don't know. You've never seen it. Do not make me whip it out, Leah.
It'd be the second time you threatened that today.
Yeah.
Tim
is building his lawsuit.
Right.
Able to be managed, controlled, or accomplished without great difficulty.
Right.
Manageable.
Right. How did we get here?
Professional broadcaster.
Do the weather. Do the weather. Tim,
Partly
do the
sunny.
news. Save the program. It's on you, buddy.
I got this. Partly sunny, 82 today, 63 tonight, and tomorrow high near 74. It's 70 in Lake Bluff and 70 in Lake Forest.
95 WIIL Rock, 95-second update. An arrest has been made in a Kenosha gang shooting that left one person dead last year. Jerome Johnson of Racine faces first-degree murder charges, along with other felonies stemming from that July 4th, 2022 shooting. More suspects expected to be charged as well. The 21-year-old is currently being held on a $1.5 million bond. He's due in court next week. Dear Vladimir Putin, at 1:20 today, we'll be doing some testing.
They are doing testing in America, 1:20 today, EAS. Launch missiles. They want to know what hit them. Also, I will take shirt off for press conference.
Yes, there you go. 1:20 today, FEMA will be conducting a nationwide test of the emergency alert system and the wireless emergency alert system. Cell phone users will get a message. TV and radio, you get the same stuff you usually get.
Wow, this test is really lifelike. Look at the mushroom clouds.
You're like kind of giving me anxiety about this.
If you're Comrade Putin, today's the day, man. They are in the stall. They're in the
ready.
silos.
Finger on button.
The top is open and they're fueling.
They're preparing.
Yeah. Time to launch missiles 120.
Well,
this
it's been a
afternoon.
good run.
Yes, I go to Crunches now for press conference.
WIIL Rock Sports brought to you by the plumbers and steam fitters of Local 118. They're looking for welders now. Go to UALocal118.com. Diamondbacks, Rangers, Twins, Phillies. They win in the baseball playoffs yesterday. Blackhawks win in the preseason.
Studio Dori is here. It is our annual Pumpkin Day. Coming up next, we will try not to talk about nipples, wieners, poop. We haven't talked about it yet today, so I'm sure we'll get to that.
Oh no, I talked about.
Do we have it already?
I talked about your.
Oh yeah, no, I did.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
There's some
We were all the way
rectum
into
talk
rectum
earlier,
and hemorrhoids. I literally blocked that conversation out.
It was
Didn't
called
remember it until you brought it
Roidville.
up now,
Yes.
and I coined the term Roidville. If you ever visited, it's not great. It's just not 0 stars. Would not recommend a vacation in Roidville. All right, Ray and Raymond have the vehicle you're looking for. I'm driving an Equinox now from Ray and Raymond. It's got the 4-wheel drive. Looking forward to driving that through the snow this winter. You need something to get you through the snow. Everything from a brand new Equinox with 4-wheel drive down to, not quite a beater because they don't sell beaters there, but a quality pre-driven vehicle to get you through the winter. Ray and Raymond have it. A huge selection of the new Chevys. You're going to find the exact one you want at the price you deserve. You need a pre-driven. They've got it for you there. A bunch of certified cars and a great price range. So you're going to find the vehicle you want and get the best price. They're going to give you the most for your trade-in. You're going to get a great deal on the vehicle and the financing. They can hook you up there too, whether you've got great credit, you want a great deal, or you just think you can't get financed. They'll take care of you. The place to do it, Ray Chevy on 12 in Fox Lake or Raymond Chevrolet on 173 in Antioch. I love pumpkin seeds. Dory, I
screwed.
full disclosure, when Leah says, Dory's coming in, I'm like, oh, I thought it was pumpkin seeds. And it was that I was going to get some pumpkin seeds and make some pumpkin seeds, but she brought
You don't have to do that
pumpkin
anymore.
seeds. And you use pepper. I don't put pepper on mine.
I did salt and pepper.
Brilliant.
Sea salt.
So
and
good.
pepper.
I use garlic salt, but I'm going to put some pepper in this time too.
Mm.
You can do
Awesome.
anything with them. What is your cooking? How do you?
Right out of the pumpkin, right onto the pan. Do not rinse. I know
So
people
you
rinse
don't
them
rinse
off.
them as much as I do.
No.
Mine are perfectly clean. There's
No.
pumpkin guts in yours.
Good,
It's yummy,
though.
isn't
And I
It's
saw it.
crunchy.
I'm like,
crunchy.
that's just a giant piece of
Here,
pumpkin
can you
gut
hand-
on that one. You wouldn't eat that
Yes,
one.
I would.
You wouldn't eat that. That's a giant hunk of pumpkin guts.
Whatever.
Oh, that's gross. You're gonna regret that.
No, I'm not.
You're gonna
Why?
regret that.
Why?
I'm not eating it because I like pumpkin guts.
You
There's
could eat pumpkin guts,
It's
so
just part of it.
I know,
It's like
people
a
have
little
pumpkin
extra
pie.
character.
so salt and pepper. Do you
That's all I
soak
put
them?
on. No. Right out of the pumpkin, just kind of spread it around. I mean, if there's a big glob, I'll get rid of it, but I do keep
Mm.
some.
There's
just
pumpkin guts in
attached.
here. You like the
Mhm.
pumpkin guts? I'm gonna have a little piece of pumpkin guts. And then how long do you bake it for?
I did about 31 minutes at 360 because I kind
31.
of had to go a little
So I do
quicker.
31 minutes. Can you be
Mhm.
more specific? 31 minutes and 18
I like
seconds,
odd
Dory.
numbers. Yeah,
At
probably about.
360.
I wonder.
Not 361 or 359.
Well, if I could do odd numbers, I probably would have done like 63.
Oh, the oven won't let you.
But no.
I do 350 and for a long time, man. And you think it's too long. And I'm like, no, bring them out now. Mine are a
You
little.
could do 355 though. That'd be an odd number.
Oh, okay. Now we're debating the pumpkin cooking
But I
recipe.
needed a little more heat because
I
I was in a
got you.
hurry this morning.
All right,
So.
so 365 too much. Okay.
All right.
Hey,
And
can you
then,
put them in the
but I-
Ninja Foodie?
But I rinse mine,
Mhm.
then pat them dry, spray a little whatever on them, you know, a little oil or
Yeah.
whatever, and then seed the. But I soak them in. I don't salt them or pepper them. Usually, I soak them in salt water,
Okay, yeah,
Garlic,
I've
salt
heard
water.
that as well.
and it
Mhm.
infuses.
Yeah, I just go right on.
And then wait, you
Right
don't.
on.
Listen, I gotta think this is the first time ever. Welcome to Pumpkin Seed Talk. I'm sure I've done it before.
Wait a second. You do all you do is soak it in the seasoning. You don't put
I
any
don't put
on.
it on there. I soak
Some
it in
people do.
salt water.
I've read that.
and it infuse. Don't make a face. They're delicious. Mine are better than yours, Dory, except for I love the pepper.
Right? Yeah, pepper everything. But do you think that you could put them in the Ninja Foodie?
You can do anything in the Ninja Foodie. Dory, do you have a Ninja Foodie?
No, I don't.
It's a air fryer and pressure cooker combination. I will send you the link.
It's amazing.
Oh,
It's
all right.
You get what we get,
life-changing.
and you can join our.
Okay.
We're going to the airport later today to hand out literature about it. Would you like to join the world of our Lord and Savior
I might
Ninja
have to
Foodie?
think about that.
So talk about how to carve a pumpkin and tips to keep it to last longer, and we did pumpkin seed talk. Just all the important pumpkin things.
You
Mhm.
got it.
This is a radio show that for some reason has been allowed to continue to broadcast,
It is quite amazing.
and I do not understand why. You'd have to talk to the bosses about that. It's 8:41.
Partly sunny today with a high of 82.
Pumpkin Talk continues. You got questions? Text them in now. 815-283-0095. Make studio the first word in your message. Followed by what you want to know from Dory. Studio Dory here for Pumpkin Talk. That's an actual topic on the radio on Will Rock. hanging out in a room talking about pumpkins, breasts, and manageable penises. It's the Will Rock Morning Show, and you can see 2 out of 3 right now on TomTube, and 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So there you go.
2 out of 3.
Pumpkins, breasts, and manageable penises.
Oh, you got yours. It's out?
No, I said 2 out of 3.
Oh.
It's the pumpkins and the.
And
Do you not know what's going on in here? Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
I forget the camera's on.
Studio Dori is here
There-
today.
There she is. There's
And
the
you can see
pumpkin.
Dori. Are you a female golfer, Dori? I gotta ask.
I golf, not avid.
Yeah, she's
but-
got her visor on.
Yeah.
Oh, you have Studio Dori visors.
Yeah.
Do you have extra?
I do, not with me, but I do.
I do not want one.
Do you
Yeah.
know why she's wearing a visor though? It would be the same for me. Like I could use a visor right now.
Because of your.
Look at our hair.
Like
I would,
our
no,
hair.
I thought you were talking about your 5 head. She's saying I'm number 1. It's not a 5 head. It's more like a 7 head.
Yeah. No, it's 4. It's a 4 head. There's 4 fingers.
Is
on
that
my
how
head.
they? Yeah.
That's how they
Is
measure
that
it,
how
yeah.
it is? Yeah. That's how they measure whiskey, not foreheads.
Mhm.
Oh.
Come on, you know it's like a thing for me.
Is it really a thing?
It is a
You're
thing.
a beautiful, successful, intelligent woman. Your forehead should not. Could you
Aw,
not tip
thank
your
you.
head back? It's enormous when you do that. Just look at the camera. When you tip your head back, you look like a bald man. You look like Montgomery Burns. When you tilt your head back with your headphones on, you look like Montgomery Burns. You know
yeah,
that
is
the hair on the
not an
side.
attractive
Tilt your head
position.
back. You look like Montgomery Burns.
I'm never doing that again. Thank
Never
you.
tilt your head
no,
back.
no.
Leah, who will now walk around with her chin down.
Oh my God, that's what I look like to my husband
Oh,
when he's
yeah.
up there.
And you're
Oh,
wondering,
no.
and you're wondering why you're only getting it twice a month. There you go.
That's
Dori,
what
can
the
you
bag
get-
is for.
Can you get 5 head of visor, please? He'll be like, "Wow, I'm having sex with a lesbian golfer. That's what a day! What a special day."
How did we get here?
I have no idea. Again, we started out talking about our guest Dori from Studio Dori, who is here, and we ended up on Leah's husband having sex with a lesbian golfer with an enormous 5 head. It is 8:48.
Partly sunny, 82 today, 63 tonight and tomorrow. High near 74. I don't know what the
Every
temperature is
day
right
I walk in the door and I'm like, they haven't changed the locks.
Yeah.
I'm like, why
It's
is this?
pretty incredible.
Let's just keep going. Dori, we found out there's a rule on our show, and I've been pushing the limits of what I can say and what I can get away with and all of that.
Mhm.
And we finally tripped where management talked to us. Since they put this show on the air, which
6
is
months.
we are literally the island of misfit DJs. We're just the left. They built this wonderful show with Lord Joe Cicero and Human Laugh Track Tina Bree, and they put it on all these morning show stations. So that unemployed a couple of people here, my co-host, Leah's co-host. So they just cobbled together this show out of the leftovers that nobody wanted, that they wouldn't put on multiple stations. And they haven't said
that sums
one.
it up.
That's true. They haven't
Yeah.
said one word kind or mean in the, how long have we been doing this?
6 months.
6 months. Couple of weeks ago, we're going down a path that this show goes down.
Yes.
And it ended up with, we wanted to know, and I won't bore you with the details, if we could get high from sticking marijuana suppositories, where they go.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, which we did. And our new boss, Elroy, came in and said, no, you can't do that on the radio.
Line
So we
found.
found the line for the
Mhm.
show is we're not allowed to stick anything in our butts
While
on
on the
air,
clock.
while on the air. Now, I
Oh.
did it in personal time, and I related, whether or not, by the way, I
Sure.
do not recommend them. The process wasn't as horrible as I thought it would be.
Mhm.
Don't get any ideas. But it didn't really, I don't think it worked. I don't think they were strong enough. And Leah said they were the strongest ones. So I just want to tell you that because there's not a chance we're sticking your pumpkin anywhere today. Okay. Plus, I don't think I could accommodate that. The suppository was quite a bit to take. Let's try and stay on topic this time.
All right.
Challenge accepted. Studio Dori is here on the Will Rock Morning Show. It is our annual pumpkin day. I'm going to make I always make her pumpkin carving like our Halloween logo on our Facebook page. So I'll be doing that so you can see her work. It is spectacular. And I thought she used like a stencil and then carved the logo from that. But you just freehand this.
Yes.
And what do you carve with? Like, is it a little tiny knife or what do you?
I use some wood carving tools. I've handmade my own. Sometimes they're store-bought. If I pull it out of the kitchen drawer, it does not go back in. It goes in my toolbox.
Okay. All right.
But these
So everybody's
little
like,
lines.
where is the melon baller?
Yeah.
Dory took it. The pumpkin needed testicles. Well, there. I took us
There you
there.
go.
I took us
That
there.
happens. Yep.
So do you have a melon baller in your?
I do.
All right. There it is.
Couple
Oh,
sizes.
I do
everybody's
have
missing stuff.
questions.
Everybody's missing stuff. We have questions. We'll get them answered for Dory coming up in just a couple of minutes. It is 8:53.
Partly sunny today, high near 82.
And we will try and stay on topic.
I'm focused.
And just okay. If you're the focus of the show, if you're
no,
the focused
since you
one,
said it, I'm
you're
focused.
doing really
I'm
well right now?
I'm changing my ways. Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Whatever.
Seeds.
I care less than management, so don't worry about it.
Management does not
I'm just
give
pointing
up.
it out when I say things about the show. I'm not complaining. It's finally sucked with me. I've won. I made it 30 years of morning radio. Another couple of weeks.
I need to make it another
20 years or yeah.
Well, no, I'm never going to retire. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
Yeah. Well, we
It's
won't
radio,
retire. We'll be
yeah.
asked to leave. I still can't believe it hasn't happened. But Dory, thank you for the beautiful pumpkin
You're
and for
welcome.
being our art department here on the Will Rock Morning Show. So
It is
I
really
mentioned
good.
yesterday we would play this. Jim Peterkin and I wrote this song. This is, I believe, the first song we ever wrote together. He's a Grammy Award winner. He wrote "Eye of the Tiger." If you hear that somewhere, is a Lamborghini that song bought for him. He still gets money if you're at a sporting event. That's Jim Peterkin going ka-ching when they play that and the team's coming out. It's
Mhm.
And
probably
he gets what?
probably the greatest anthem in American history. I don't know what he makes, but that song alone.
What's he get when we play this?
I don't even know. Nothing. This song is not ASCAP or BMI. We wrote it together. We've written about 20 songs together. I do not have a Grammy. He came in the first morning and I said, let's write a song. And there was a news story about a man, I don't know if it was in Ohio or somewhere, that had gotten caught having sex with a pumpkin.
hate when that happens.
Well, Jim said, well, I've had a title in my head for a while called "I Will Love Again." To write a song that's, about, whatever. I said, let's combine the two.
Oh, snap.
So this is that song, and I think it's a masterpiece. It's probably the dumbest thing you'll hear today, and you're listening to our show, so that's saying a lot.
This is the peak.
I Will Love It. Pumpkin song, and then in parentheses, "I Will Love Again," a Peter O'Keefe song.
I've been lonely since the day that I was born. But when I need a little shove, I just carve a little love and bake myself some homemade pumpkin porn. So I went out, found myself a pumpkin. The size don't matter, they all look good to me. Now don't go calling me no pumpkin. Try it once, I think you might agree. Now I'm sitting here in the county lockup, not a pumpkin as far as the eye can see. But I will love again, surrounded by these men. Their orange jumpsuits look awfully good to me. So I went out and found myself a pumpkin. Size don't matter, they all look good to me. Now don't go calling me no country bumpkin. Try it once, I think you might agree. For I think there is a pumpkin in my future, staring out for all the world to see, with those slanty little eyes. Took me by surprise And that one tooth looks so sexual to me.
There you go, Jim Peter. That has not won a Grammy on that song, but for Eye of the Tiger, he did there's pumpkin
Yeah.
song. I Will Love Again.
Yeah.
Romantic yet. It is 8:57. Will Rock Morning Show. Tom and Leah. Dori is here from Studio Dori. We'll talk about what she does, some events coming up, and if you got pumpkin carving questions, we'll get those answered off the text line 815-283-0095. Studio has to be the first word in your message. Followed by your question 815-283-0095. Studio, the keyword. You cannot. There's not holes in Dori's pumpkin other than where the light goes in at the bottom.
Mhm.
The top, where
Big
people
hole.
usually open it up at, is still on. There's like a handle. Can you carry it by that handle?
No.
Don't carry it by the handle.
Don't grab it by the handle.
Why? The handle will
You
break
just have
off?
to be well on some, but you're just not supposed to grab it by the
It
handle.
looks like
so it
it looks like the umbilical cord that's left until it falls off on the
I
baby.
know.
Like the
I figured I'd
grossest
leave
thing
it.
in your entire life is that
No
little.
one talks
And
about
you just
it.
wait for that, and you want to tear it off, and
Oh,
you
man.
can't. The baby. Yeah.
I remember one of my kids got stuck to their diaper and it ripped it off
Yeah.
too early. Whoa.
Yeah. Well, one of mine, the thing was off, and we don't know where it went. So that whatever that thing was
Eaten by the dog.
hanging out in the house somewhere. Eaten by the dog.
That's what she said.
And I'm the gross one today for
Right.
the earwax
I
maneuver.
thought that's where you were going.
I just think it's still somewhere in the old apartment in my mind. So leave the stem on and hollow it out from the bottom. Is that a
Yes.
standard thing you say?
Well, it keeps the nutrients in the pumpkin longer because the nutrients are all connected to the stem. So by
did
gutting
not
out
know
the
that.
bottom,
sense.
Really?
this will help keep it intact a little bit longer.
So if you're an OBGYN, the next time you birth a baby, leave the entire umbilicus on there. Be good for the baby.
I think people keep.
That the dog will
Eh.
consider a very nice snack. You know, people do stuff with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then she doesn't carve holes in the front. It's you like do that art where you kind of scratch off the.
yeah, I scar it
the-
with the wood tool because it's got like a V blade. So
A
I
lot of people have been
freehand
scarred with
everything on
wood
there.
tools in their
Yes.
life.
I've
A
heard.
V blade.
It's got a
Guilty.
V blade. So
Yeah.
I freehand draw it. I go over it with that. Then I go into more depth with if it's going to be poked out or cleaned out or
Yeah. I'm like,
scraped.
how can you hold ours up to a camera, Leah or Dory or Tim or somebody?
You want me to
There's a
unplug
camera
it?
here.
I
Just
don't
spin it
know.
Yeah,
around. and
unplug it.
Tom Tube is up and running now. You'll be able to see it at 95willrock.com.
I did send you a
Am
really
Am I just
cool
showing
lit
you the
picture.
hole?
Just hold up the artwork. To you. Are you doing your camera?
No, I'm gonna do this one.
All right.
You can show them how clean.
The
it
Dory
is.
cam. All right. There we go.
But you can't tell when it's not
yeah.
lit up.
Turn the light out. Tim, will you go over and turn the light out? You know how to turn the light out?
I do.
Oh, let me plug it back in.
We didn't have the clapper installed yet. Pop would like the clapper. But I'll be using it as our logo for the morning show. And Dory's going to plug it in. And this is very, very good work. Dory is trapped now under the counter.
I think she swore too.
She
but-
swore.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
There you go.
Better.
That's good. Yeah, that looks great.
The darker it is, the better you can see it. And I did
You
send
think,
you
Dory?
a picture.
Really? Thank
yeah.
you.
I sent a picture of it like in black. So it's
Leah's having trouble holding it up. I thought today was arm day, Leah.
Actually, cardio day.
Okay. Well, run with it then. Have you ever run? Have you run? Do you run, Leah? It's okay, Tim. Turn the lights back on. It's getting creepy in here. So if you don't carve, there's a hole in the bottom. But if you don't carve like a lot of holes or whatever, the pumpkin lasts longer.
yeah, it will last longer. I do put neosporin on the cuts and then I
That's what you
spray.
Neosporin.
Yeah.
Did the pumpkin scream and wince while you were putting the Neosporin? Whiny little brats.
Hate when
No.
they do that.
Yeah.
No, they're usually pretty quiet.
All right. All right. Got a ball gag in the pumpkin's mouth. And then how long will it last?
I mean, it lasts a few weeks. I mean, usually if restaurants or bars, when I do for them, they go in the cooler. So you can actually get even longer out of it. But
Yeah.
with it like this, I mean, it should last a couple
I
weeks
usually
at
just think
least.
about baseball, but the cooler sounds fine. If you want longer out of it. The how long will this last?
This should last at least a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys kind of leave it in here, but
We're supposed to put it in the cooler,
it.
have it think about baseball so it lasts longer. A couple of weeks. You know,
know,
when we usually threw it out was when the boss would tell us it was starting to stink. So
Yeah.
we'll put it by the window here at the G spot and plug it in over there on the fridge so that people can come by and look in the window and see it. Now, if you did this, if we were an actual cash paying business instead of the cheap bastards that we are and we have you do it for free, how much would you like? Do businesses have you do like one pumpkin with like their logo or whatever on it?
Yes. This one would have been about $2.25.
Wow.
$2.25. That
Yeah.
seems reasonable.
200,
Yeah. $225. But it's something we can, and you got to have it for Halloween.
Yeah.
And then what? Well, how long does it take? This seems
Well,
like
that's what I was talking to. She was showing me a video of something else and how long it's taken her so far. And I was like, I don't think people understand or
the amount of
appreciate
time that go into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, drawing it actually is harder than carving it. It takes longer. This one took me not quite 4 hours. I mean, it was a logo to follow, but it wasn't a lot of brain thought.
No.
Yeah.
Logos do take.
That's the show. Will
So
Rock
yeah.
morning
Brain
show
thought.
with
Yeah.
testicles and boobs in the morning.
Not a lot of brain thought.
Not a lot of brain thought.
Unfortunately, because I've
What
done
did you
this
say?
logo.
Not a lot of thought, but it does have a logo. Will Rock morning show. Not a lot of thought, but it does have
Brain
a logo.
thought, yeah.
Not a lot of brain thought, but it does have a logo.
I'm
what
pretty
else do you
good at your
think
guys'
with?
logo, though. I've done it. I've done it a few times.
Well, there you go. I've done it a few times too. All right. So if you have questions for Dori, text them in now, 815-283-0095 studio, the keyword. You can see everything that's going on in here on TomTube right now at 95willrock.com.
Partly sunny today. High near 82, 63 tonight and tomorrow. High near 74. It's 69 in Waukegan and 71 in Mundelein.
95 Will Rock 95-second update. Starting to get emails from school districts about
Same.
this. Yes, the test is coming 1:20 this afternoon. Don't freak out. It's just a test.
So you see the mushroom cloud and his comrade Putin going, very good idea to have tests today. Totally unexpected.
It's got the baby oil next to him ready for shirtless
Please
Putin,
to look
right?
at me at press conference as we talk about 120 nuclear weapon test.
1:20 Central this afternoon. FEMA will be conducting a nationwide test of the emergency alert system and the wireless emergency alert. You'll get the TV, the radio, and your phone all going off.
You have a
at the same
rotary
time.
dial phone at home, you should be safe.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
The phone's not going to suddenly start going on its own.
Wouldn't that be something? Little Rock Sports brought to you by Windy
I
City
do a good
Gruder.
phone impression.
It drained your pipes, not your wallet. It's game 2 of all the baseball playoff wildcard series today. Diamondbacks, Rangers, Twins, and Phillies all have 1-0 leads on their respective opponents, which include the Brewers and Diamondbacks. Connor Bedard, 3 points yesterday. Hawks over the Red Wings, 4-2.
I hate the 3-game wild card series. I like that they have the wild card because it makes more regular season fun down the stretch. Like
Right.
the Cubs were on the bubble. It was exciting. I wish they would have made it and all of that. So I like the wild card for that. I don't like the wild card round where it's 3 games.
I missed the other thing where it was 2 wild card teams. You played
Head to
one
head.
game.
Right. Yeah. I like the longer series, at least 5 games, hopefully 7, because I think a lesser team can win and move on in a 3-game series because it's not as large of a sample size of the quality of the team.
But you're already stretching things into November now, whereas you used to be done by like
Too
the first
long.
week
It
of
is
October.
snowy and
Yeah.
cold, and I don't know how they fix it. Maybe start it earlier or do some more double headers, or I don't know.
Stop adding playoff rounds.
Anyway, I'm a baseball fan. We watched it last night. It was great. Jax was actually getting into it with me. I mean, I like it. I love baseball. But I just 3 games is not a true test, I think.
And it's all at one place.
Notice
There's
I'm already making excuses for my
For the
team
Brewers
not
losing.
winning in the wild card round. There you go. I just want to make it to the second round at least. Apparently, I'm going to do the word about 6 to 10 minutes late every hour. Your 9 o'clock 95 Will Rock. Let me get this right. Rock and Roll 2K cash rollout word for 9 o'clock is mood, M-O-O-D. Get over to 95willrock.com. Enter that for your chance to win 2K today. Thanks to Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, just east of I-94 and Highway 50, or online at lynchchevroletofkenosha.com. Pumpkin related question for Dory from Studio Dory here on the Will Rock Morning Show this morning for our annual Pumpkin Talk segment. Pumpkin Talk on the radio. Hey, you're calling Pumpkin Talk. And you, I don't know if you know this, but you're the only pumpkin person I know. Can you eat too many pumpkin seeds? Like, I gotta imagine this is just gnarly in my intestines, like shredding them up.
I mean, you're chewing them up, right?
I saw them whole. Is that an issue? No. Yeah,
I'm sure
chewing 'em.
eventually you could eat too many, but I mean,
God,
they're there
delicious.
for a reason. For
Yeah, life is
that
short.
whole-
They're
yeah.
delicious.
Shred your intestines.
Make it shorter.
Yeah.
Make it shorter. Because somebody on the text line or on the TomTube video's up and running. If you want to see what's going on in here, John said, "I wonder if my air fryer would toast them better than my oven." Your air fryer will make anything better.
Everything. Literally.
I have therapy with my air fryer. It's making me mentally better. I just sit there and talk to it. Ninja Foodie. If you want the link, send me an email. So I looked it up. There's tons of recipes. This one from it's the typical mom surviving and thriving with kids. Crispy air fryer pumpkin seeds.
No one is surviving or thriving with kids.
All right. Not everybody's you, Leah.
Barely surviving, not thriving.
Every family you think that looks perfect is probably the biggest nightmare of them all.
Always.
Yeah.
Can you stop like taking them out and then rolling them up?
I want them to be fresh.
But can you hand them over to
No,
me?
but it's
You
one of-
don't get another bite of.
No, I'm hiding them. This is like one of those.
Can you please pass them to me?
Yeah, have one more handful. Take
And
what
then
you want.
And then bring
This-
them to
This
the.
is one of those snacks where you have to get it away from you or you keep eating it. I'm going to put it in my office.
And then
so I
bring it to
stop
the
eating
meeting today.
We can eat them at the meeting. Dory, bring more next time. How many pumpkin seeds? Just how many pumpkins do you do in a Halloween?
All right, I have about 40 to do for the rest of the month. So,
But total for Halloween, how many do you think you do for businesses or whatever? How many pumpkins do you think you put? How many pumpkins do you put your hands on?
25-ish for businesses,
too bad.
but probably about 70 in total.
So
this
100
season.
pumpkins are out there
Yeah.
with your hand
This
on them or
season.
what. Yeah.
Yeah,
How many seeds do you think that is?
I know this was coming. Shame
Really?
on me. I used to cook all of them. Mama Semino's actually. I used to take all the seeds. They would
waste
put them
any.
in the pizza
Yeah.
ovens. This was years ago, but
That's
honestly, I
tens of
throw some
thousands of
away.
seeds.
I know.
What do you do with them? You don't eat just
I
pumpkins.
throw
This is not your
some
only. This is why
away.
you're in such good shape. You only eat pumpkin seeds. It's all fiber. It's all. I don't want to see your poop.
No,
But
you cannot eat too many.
There's like
Tom.
millions of pumpkin seeds churning. What do you do with them all? You give them out as gifts or whatever?
I used to, but unfortunately, I've thrown a lot away just because I have so many
Yeah.
pumpkins to carve that I can't keep up with the baking and cooking and flopping. So
Yeah,
a lot of times, if I carve a
Understandable.
pumpkin, the people will ask for. I'll just put the goop in a bag, and they can
Goop in a bag.
goop in a bag, and
There
they
you
can do
go.
what
You
they
can
want.
you can put that on a T-shirt. Goop in a bag. Studio Dory now bringing you goop
How do
in
you?
a bag.
How do you hollow out a pumpkin? Because that's
I
like
use
my
I use a tablespoon. What do you use, Dory? You're a pro, right? You cut it open and you
a
squirt you
tablespoon.
I have a handmade tool. I actually brought it if you want to see it, but I have a handmade tool it's a dowel rod with a blade, and I kind of scrape it, but then I take a clay tool, which is sharp all the way around, and it just I kind of roll the pumpkin and I just
You
scrape
made
it.
this tool.
Yes.
You made this tool
Mhm.
just for carving out
I want
pumpkins.
to see this.
You would have been the best serial killer ever. Oh, I hit the wrong one. You know, there it is. So this is the homemade pumpkin scooping tool.
Well, this is the one I cut with, and then this is just the clay.
Oh,
Dory, the first one, hold up to the camera. The first one, if this ain't a prison shank, I don't know what is.
You made that.
This is a prison shank you've made, right?
This is actually like quite old too.
I wanna mess with that.
yeah. Well, so now we
I
know.
won the
if you-
Guinness World Record with this.
Did
little
you
thing
really? What
here.
was the
Yeah.
record? Most guys shivved in the yard.
Fastest time carving a jack-o'-lantern.
All right. Yeah. What was he in for? Huh? What was he? Guy named Jack. 95 Will Rock, the Rock Station's Papa Roach, and I still haven't removed the pumpkin seeds from the room. I got to do that. Dory is here from Studio. Dory, you got questions? We'll go to the text line in just a couple minutes. Get your pumpkin questions answered. Text them into 815-283-0095. Studio has to be the first word followed by your question for Dory. 815-283-0095. It's 9:17. Dory's got an event coming up on the 22nd of October. We'll run that down for you next. I don't know how many
She has tons of events.
pumpkin seeds there are at Dory Way. So there's tons of stuff going on. Computer, how many seeds does the average pumpkin have? Sure.
Answers contributor. The average amount of seeds in a pumpkin is 500.
Oh,
To calculate the
lie.
seed count, multiple the number of sections of the pumpkin by 16.
Duh, Dory. So that means you handle 50,000 pumpkin seeds a season if you do 100 pumpkins.
Unless they're the 1,200-pound pumpkin that I did, because seriously, there was like
More.
22 seeds. No,
There's less?
22 seeds in this pumpkin, and they're like this big and hairy.
Ew.
Giant, hairy pumpkin seeds. And you didn't cook one up and bring it?
I
Do
was
you
not
cut it with-
allowed.
Do you cut it with like
I had to
an
give all
electric?
the seeds back to this guy.
He wanted them. He carves them with an electric carving knife.
They're expensive. Up in Madison, did like $150 for one pumpkin.
Can you
seed.
eat those?
No,
What do you do with the giant pumpkin seeds?
sell them.
What do the people who buy them do with them?
Plant them.
They want to plant and grow
Ah.
1,000-pound pumpkins.
I'm dying
Do you
from
need
a pumpkin-
help?
I'm dying from a pumpkin seed.
Did you
See,
just
I
open it up and
immediately
eat
thought
more?
it was somebody sticking
You
it
did.
somewhere. I immediately went to it with somebody saying, I'm dying from a pumpkin seed. It's 9:19.
Partly sunny today, 82. I don't know. Raise your hand if you need help. 63 tonight. And tomorrow, high near 74. If it's mouth to mouth, though, Dory, nose goes. It's all on you. It is 72 in
What
Spring
is with you
Grove.
and not willing to save my life by giving me the breath of life? or
Because I
what?
don't think I would. Anyhow, 70 in Highwood. Oh, dear Pop.
And that's the time the pumpkin lady came in on the show and killed the host.
And she didn't even have to use her tools.
Yet I'm still here. She didn't even use her prison shank. I'm still eating the seeds.
Yeah,
That's how good they are. It almost killed me, and I,
thought
go right
we
back
agreed
to
to
it.
put them away.
Like the dog returned to his own vomit, so does the fool to his folly. That's me with the pumpkin seeds. Questions and events with Dory coming up on Will Rock. Studio Dori is in Lake Geneva. Is there a physical? Do you still have a shop, a place, a store, a brick and mortar, as the kids are saying?
No, but spring is my goal to reopen a studio. But right now, just everything's out of the house and mobile. I do go to people's establishments, entertainment, different things.
So what are your so you go out and like have a pumpkin carving class?
Yeah, people will either have me come private in home, in home, they'll gather some people, or I'll go to a place like the Bottle Shop in Lake Geneva.
Yeah.
And people will come there. I'll bring the pumpkins, I'll bring the tools, I'll bring the experience, I'll bring everything. And you leave with a carved pumpkin, just like those paint and sips. Things like
I
that.
love that.
But I like my painting. I was gonna throw out, and I go in Jax's room. It's hanging there. I'm like, it was horrible.
Which one
horrible.
was it?
You think it's horrible?
Was it the
palm
guitar?
trees? No, and the palm trees are in the reflection on the
Yeah,
water.
and then you turn it and it's a guitar. Didn't we do it together?
Oh, I don't know if it was supposed to be a guitar. I got to look at it again now. I was going to throw it in the garbage. It was just sitting on the floor and they put it up. I'm like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of cool.
I thought mine was crap, and there it is on the wall. But like, if I carved a pumpkin, even if I was in your class, I would still walk out and it would be triangle for eyes, triangle for nose, and a mouth with one.
No, I help you kind of step out of that box. Yes.
I can't draw stick people though. So
That's
anybody,
okay.
even horrible artists can do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does something like that kind of class cost?
Average is $60,
That's
whether
not
it's
bad.
glass or the pumpkin.
Okay.
But I bring everything that's needed.
That's not bad.
And then you usually get a drink or an appetizer. Or
right, depending on where
My
it's being
art's
hosted.
much better when I'm drunk. Yes. I'm not
That's when the
making that up.
artist in me comes
I
out.
did one other painting ever and it was much better, and I had been drinking. So kids don't drink. What you talked about glass. What else?
Mm-hmm.
So you etch on glass and you have classes for that. This is a year-long thing for you.
Yeah, with Dremels. Again, I bring all the Dremels, and I do a lot of like bridal entourage parties. Men like to be invited because there's tools involved. So this is cool for like date night, different things like that.
Yeah.
But once pumpkin season's done, I'll do some Thanksgiving dinner centerpieces through Thanksgiving. And then the classes start, the glass etching classes and like wood burning, leather burning.
That's when we burn the reindeer's hides for they scream like nobody's business for Christmas.
I've done a couple pair of work boots actually with stuff on
so you
guys'
burn
work
on
boots.
leather, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. So it's a year-long thing for you.
Yeah. Yes.
Is this your only thing, or is this like a side hustle?
It is my only thing now. This is all
Pays your
I'm
bills.
doing, and I'm actually booking already into 2024.
You're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if you want something, what's the weirdest thing you ever carved on? Work boots? No. What?
Oh yeah, I get a carved on is probably the work boots. I would have to say the leather burning.
What's the strangest, other than Leah and I's nipples, which you put on our pumpkin this year from our little Fernando
My nipple.
art? Leah has one nipple. I have two. It's on our pumpkin. What is the strangest thing you've ever carved other than our nipples?
I had to do a blumpkin once.
Okay. You carved a blumpkin on a pumpkin?
That's hilarious.
God, I love you.
And it was for a group that was the YMCA for Halloween.
That's an odd one. That's an odd one.
Oh, like the group?
I can't remember their name. YMCA. I can't remember the name.
I thought you were talking about the organization at first.
They have really changed their mandate there at the Y.
I couldn't remember their names.
Yeah. All right, coming up next, we'll tell you about an interview, an event. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That Dori will be at in just a couple of minutes here for carving of pumpkins. That's what we do this time of year. Studio Dori out of Lake Geneva is here today for Ask a Pumpkin. What do you call yourself? Ask a Pumpkin Lady? What do you call yourself?
Pumpkin lady, pumpkin queen. I mean, people
Pumpkin
see me on
queen.
the streets and they're like, goddess, pumpkin.
Goddess?
Goddess, yeah, I like
Who
goddess.
granted you these titles?
People.
You cannot grant a
The
title of
people.
nobility in America. You are the pumpkin queen. You are the pumpkin
Pumpkin
goddess.
Bracelet.
queen.
Pumpkin, you have a bracelet, so
My
it must
friend
be
made
real.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Pumpkin Queen Goddess Dori is here. She's got an event coming up. We'll tell you about that. It's 11th annual, so it must be a big deal. That and then we will go to the text line for your questions for Ask Dori. That's in just a couple minutes. Text them in now to 815-283-0095. Studio, the first word in your message, followed by questions for the Pumpkin Queen, Dori, coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Partly sunny today, high of 82, 63 tonight, and tomorrow, high near 74. It's 70 in Lakemore and 71 in Highland Park. It is time for the 95 WIIL Rock Happy Hour News, and you could file this under things I didn't know I needed, but now I'm definitely going to be buying one. The Brushalizer.
The what?
The Brushalizer.
Okay.
It's being developed to help people determine if they're still over the legal limit. So this toothbrush, it's a toothbrush that works like a regular electric toothbrush, but has a breathalyzer on the handle. A red light and vibration indicates
A red light and what?
vibration.
Vibration. Where's my vibration or? I'm about to have the sex with myself. I need my vibration or.
I take it out too when Ryan's there.
Baby, you be vibration. Yeah, I got my vibration out, sweetie. Don't be vibration so loud. I'm trying to watch the hee-haw. What word did you just invent? Vibration
awesome.
or vibrate? What?
Just vibration.
How about it just
Vibration.
How about it vibrates when
It vibrations right in your mouth. It's got a breathalyzing on it. It's breathalyzing through the vibration. And you're going to have many fresh breath and you're going to know whether you should drive. I told you take the lawnmower. They never pull me over when I'm on the lawnmower. It's still illegal, honey. Anyway, so it's a vibrating toothbrush breathalyzer. Things that you never knew you needed.
But I might get, red light if you're obviously over. Green light.
What, too many vibrations? Oh, drinking. Okay.
Green light means it's safe
Green
to
is
drive.
go. Green is go.
Because sometimes
Minty
you wake
fresh
up in the
breath and let's
morning.
hit the road.
Yeah.
You vibration, get in there. Damn it, woman, you got an obsession.
Yes, Swordlin. That's Dr. Swordlin, sinus and snoring, MD, hooked me up with some allergy drops. I don't know if it's like a mental thing, but I'm already starting to feel better. That's not a thing. But
When did you start doing the drops?
last week.
It's supposed to desensitize you to what you're specifically allergic to.
Yeah.
How long is it supposed to take to get desensitized?
They said don't expect to see it right away.
Okay. But eventually.
In my
a couple of
mind.
weeks. Maybe it's happening already. I don't know.
Either way, they tested me.
I'm not a doctor, but I do play one on the radio.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, real Dr. Swordlin
That's
and
the
his
guy.
team. Yeah, that's who you're going to want to go to. Sinus and Snoring MD. I went there a couple of weeks ago, did the allergy test, just a scratch test on my arm. They determined what my allergies were environmentally. Also in my household, I got cats, allergic to those guys. And then they created the drops. I bring them home. I put them under my tongue this morning and I went off to work. It's
Cats? You have cats under your tongue? That's incredible. Open your mouth. I have to see that. She's got a mouthful of pussies. That is. I tried to give my cat a bath once, and I got to tell you, there was so much fur in my mouth, it was unsustainable.
They could kill you when you try to.
Then I got the hairball.
I have a cat that goes in the water. So
You have a water cat?
I do.
So what?
Axel Foley.
Cats don't like water.
As soon as the water's on, that cat
He
is in
likes
there.
water.
You are a strange, strange woman. You do pumpkins for a living, and you have a swimming cat. You sure it's a cat?
Yeah.
Dori adopted a raccoon that she thinks is a cat. If you're having sinus and nasal problems, go to sinusandsnoringmd.com.
Saved me there.
Maybe the best live read we've ever done. It's 9:35. Dori is here. If you want to, she does events and stuff. If you got a business, you want to have an event, she can do those for you. To contact her for the details at the website, which is studiodori.com, DORI.
Correct.
Studiodori.com. But the big thing, the 11th annual Halloween Sendix Fest is going on. They do this thing, and Dori is going to be out there for the, wait for it, Pumpkin Spooktacular. Some guy in the Sendix marketing department is like, I came up with something. We'll just put Spooktacular on it. What are we selling? T-Bones. It's the T-Bone Spooktacular. What else we sell? Pepsi. Pepsi's on special.
Wait
Pepsi,
a second.
It's the Pepsi Spooktacular.
Is Sendix a grocery store?
Yeah, it's like so what's the fancy grocery store on the aisle side? Is it the one I don't go to? The fancy one.
Gosh.
Like the California one.
The I don't go either. Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Okay.
That would be like Trader Joe's,
Owned
maybe.
by Aldi, though.
Magnified those places.
Sendix is it's a fancy one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it now.
Yeah. Dori is going to be there on for the 11th annual one on the October 22nd. I mean, this is how it's exciting. DJ Flex Entertainment will be there as well.
Oh,
Felix.
Okay. I don't even know how to. Is that Felix? All right, it's Felix.
I don't even know where you're reading.
Other
Jamie, I
side.
think it's on the bottom.
Oh, other side. I
So
got
what do you do? What do you do with this thing?
Well, really, it started out as LunaFest. The reason it's Sendex Fest this year is just because Sendex, sponsored me. I have to appear in a few store locations this year, which is kind of fun. So I carve about 15, 20 pumpkins and we auction them off, and the money goes to a local Lake Geneva boy, Brody, who has raised over $100,000 since he was in 3rd grade. So the money that I get for the pumpkins, I add to his goal for St. Jude.
St. Jude,
awesome.
which I've been to St. Jude multiple times there in Memphis, donated platelets there and toured the hospital and met the doctors and the kids and the people. It is a spectacular thing, St. Jude. They're fighting childhood cancer.
Yes.
So you go out and it's an auction for the pumpkins or a raffle? Or?
Generally, I do a live auction, but with Sendix, we got to be careful with hordes of people, So we're doing a silent auction. So at 10 o'clock, I will have all the pumpkins out, and then people will just kind of put their bid and their name. And then at 2 o'clock, winners have to be present to win. And then the highest bidder will get the pumpkin.
The pumpkin.
Yeah.
You put it out on your porch and you act like you carved it.
You did that. Yeah, that's my pumpkin.
Like when you order Thanksgiving dinner from Barbecued Productions and
Toss
you put
it on a plate.
You put it in your own plates and
Yeah.
you put it out and say, I smoked a turkey. Where's your smoker? I lost it.
Well, that's what I'm going to do with our pumpkin. I'm putting it out at my house.
This one is going in the studio.
What?
So, yeah. You can
fight
see
you
it in
for
our
it.
little window here at Gurney Mills.
But it's always lit up in here. It's not going to be as appreciated as it
Break
would be on my
into Not a
porch.
Mall at night if you want to see it in all its glory. We're going to get an email from the Not a Mall people now. So if you want to go to this event, Dori's doing it's October 22nd at the Sendix in Oconomowoc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll be carving live. I'll have like a booth out there. I'll be there
Starts at 10 with the pumpkin silent auction, live carving 11 to 2, and the winners announced at 2. And Brody in Lake Geneva is raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and the money goes. That's a great cause, and you get to see Dori actually do her thing. I still would just be one guy, buck tooth, triangle eyes. I don't. Anyway, if you have questions for Dori, final segment with her coming up. Ask the Pumpkin Lady. Text them in now to 815-283-0095. Make studio the first word in your message. We'll get them answered. Coming up, Ask a Pumpkin Lady today. 9:39.
Partly sunny, high near 82.
Disturbed on Will Rock. Well, Rock Morning Show, there's some weird guy on the phone that wants to talk to the Pumpkin Queen.
The Queen.
You just said the Queen. Mm-hmm. You know, she's not real royalty, right? You understand that, sir, right?
I get that. Oh, yeah, we're good on that.
Why would you call to talk to the Pumpkin Queen? What's your name?
My name is Brian Cameron, and I live in McHenry. And you guys have been talking about decorations, and I came up with a cool concept that's cheap and relatively easy for all of us to try.
Can't wait. What is it?
Of course, there won't be any dry ice left anywhere, but you can evidently get dry ice at, what is it, Meyer.
Okay.
and a little dry ice.
Talking to your phone.
Yeah, where are you going?
You're in a cave?
I'm in a cave. Is that better?
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So you get dry ice. So you go to Meyer, you get dry ice.
Okay, you got to keep it separate. You got to keep it in styrofoam, and most importantly, don't touch it with your hands.
Okay.
And you put it in a bowl. You put some water in there, and you lay it on a high spot. And everything lower than it goes down like gravity. So my plan is to put it up on the deck on the second floor, and just flood that whole region
with dry ice,
and probably piss off my neighbor down below me. But
dry, it's nitrogen. It's not going to hurt your neighbor. Dry, it's just nitrogen. Is all. It's fine. You're surrounded by it. The air is like 70. I think it's 78% nitrogen. You're fine. It's just a little colder version of it. You're fine. You're fine.
I don't think he listens to 95 Will Rock. He's not there.
He doesn't listen to you. You got a horrible neighbor. All right. So this guy called to tell the queen use dry ice. Thank you. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you with the information that you have.
I tried free drying with a taxidermy friend.
All right.
Tried it.
Idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Aww.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Sorry, did you just say you have a taxidermy friend? So I'm hanging out with my taxidermy friend who won't let me in one room in his basement for some reason.
So weird.
I hear screams. So you hang out with your taxidermy friend, what? And he taught you about dry ice?
No, yeah. Well, we tried to freeze dry the pumpkin, and it ended up molding before it was finished. But the thing is it just kind of still takes the integrity of all the fine cuts away.
I was worried about the integrity of my pumpkin. What is the best way to make you shellac it, right? You spray hairspray. What do you spray on it?
Well, after I do the Neosporin all over the cuts,
right. And it screams and it goes, owie, 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 don't do it.
I have like a Listerine spray and stuff that I do on the inside, kind of kills the bacteria.
Listerine.
And then the Rust-Oleum 2x semi-gloss spray, just
very specific. Rust-Oleum 2x semi-gloss.
Semi-gloss.
So it's not called 2x semi-gloss. You're saying
yes, it's got a big 2X.
It's called Rust-Oleum 2x semi-gloss. You spray it on the outside, not 2 times, just once.
Oh, I spray it probably multiple
times.
Yeah.
It's
inside the house or outside?
I have done it inside, but mostly outside.
Small confined room.
Close the door,
with
right?
no ventilation, and make sure you breathe freely through your nose and enjoy the trip.
It's only if it's like raining or something.
Did Leah just invent Halloween huffing? Is that what just happened? Not going to a party at her house. So you spray it in a well-ventilated area with Rust-Oleum 2x whatever.
Semi-gloss spray.
Semi-gloss spray. Inside and out or just the outside?
Both. Yep.
Inside and out. And that keeps it fresh how much longer? Like 2 times as long, I would hope.
I don't really have a lot. Yeah, 2 times longer.
You don't know. You pass out. You have no idea where you even are when you wake up. All right. And then we have questions for Dori coming up next. If you want to know pumpkin question answers, text now to 815-283-0095. Studio the first word in your message. Yes, this is what we're really doing on the radio today. It's 9:47.
Partly sunny, 82 today, 63 tonight and tomorrow. Temps dropping just a little bit, high near 74. It's 72 in Grays Lake and 70 in Lake Forest.
Quick reminder about something I got going on Saturday. If you want to come out, we got a great car show going on at Great American Tire and Repair Center. Their big car show is this Saturday afternoon. Starting at 5. Now, I'll be there broadcasting live Saturday at 4. I've got tickets. Dirty Honey, great concert, rave, December 4th. I've also got tickets for In This Moment, Ice Nine Kills and Avatar at the rave in November. Your chance to win them Saturday, starting at 2. I'll be at Great American Tire and Auto Repair, 76th Street, right there in Pershing Plaza in Kenosha. And you can come out and win some concert tickets and enjoy the car show this Saturday with 95 Will Rock. Most of the question, I mean, there's carving questions too that are very specific, but most of the questions for Studio Dori today, Dori is here for Ask a Pumpkin Carving Lady, are about pumpkins themselves. Do you consider yourself a pumpkinologist? Do you have a good grasp of these?
I'll do my best.
Species or whatever. All right.
Vegetables.
Somebody asked so a pumpkin is a fruit, not a vegetable.
Correct.
Oh, damn it. I just got it wrong.
We learned that like an hour ago.
And I already
Leah.
forgot.
Yeah. It's a fruit, not a vegetable.
Shocking.
And it people want to know, like, are there other things you carve? You do like watermelons.
Gosh, yeah, watermelons.
What's
I've
like the
done
number 2 thing?
butternut
Is it
squash.
watermelon?
Watermelons
Yeah.
would be the second,
Yeah.
the next thing.
So
Is it
Halloween
easier?
and 4th of July are your things.
Wait, what's that?
Halloween and 4th of July. You must do a lot of
Well, and
watermelons.
I've done halfway to Halloween parties in April where I
Yeah.
carve watermelon, spray 'em orange,
right.
kind of.
Is it easier? Yeah, which is easier? I gotta think a
It's the
watermelon would be
same.
easier. It's smoother. It's flatter. It doesn't have the.
It
it's
is.
not
It is
ribbed
easier
for
to
her
do.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no ribs are good for that.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're the same with carving, but the smoother surface does allow to carve quicker.
Somebody asked if you recommend any of the tools for this. I don't know what that. There are like tool kits that they specifically make for this.
Where you could like follow the
Yeah.
poking
Oh
thing.
yeah, that honestly, 27 years ago when I started, I tried with those stencils, and it took so long to poke the holes in the stencil. It's
So
why I was
annoying.
like, "Hey, you can draw. Why don't you draw?" So your straight line on paper becomes a curved line on a spherical medium, if you will.
All right, you've lost me.
But I
A
just,
round piece of
Okay.
canvas.
Spherical medium.
Yeah, spherical medium.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Harbor Freight, Menards, just buy the kit for the wood carving tools. That'll get you
Wood carving
started
tools.
for
Yeah.
the V blade.
All right.
And then that'll kind of get you started.
that's a
but
good
then-
tip.
Yeah, those tools. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the way to do it is you draw what you want to carve first, and you don't carve all the way through. You just cut the orange off, basically.
Correct. In the beginning, that's all I do. I follow over my lines with that V blade, gives it a little indentation, if you will, and then I go into the other tools,
yeah.
depending on how deep I have to go.
Scrape it out. What do you draw? Do you use a Sharpie or just a pen or what do you
Dry
draw?
erase markers mostly.
Dry erase
Yes.
markers.
Yes.
And then she carries
Secrets.
around a like a
Magic
yeah,
eraser.
magic
She
eraser. thank
carries
you.
around a magic eraser. You sound like Yola. She thinks that magic eraser really is magic.
It is.
She wants to have an invisibility cloak pop out of it. So, and then there's another question about pumpkins. There are different species of pumpkins that are larger and smaller than others, and some are like different colors and stuff. Is there a best pumpkin to look for? Or?
I mean, obviously, when you go to pumpkin fields and different things like that, most of them are just growing the jack-o'-lantern, the carving pumpkin itself. I don't really know like all the names. I mean, there's thousands, you know, of different
There
ones.
isn't one that you recommend though. That's better
No,
or
because
anything?
when I go, I like all sorts. Like I'm doing
right.
one that's a speckled one, and the inside is really green. It's really weird. Like, and I don't know what to expect when I go into it. But definitely, you do not want a lot of ribs if you are, or bumps, I guess, on the pumpkin.
Unless it's for her pleasure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the smoother,
They're
the
sauced
better.
properly and smooth slowly or smoked slowly over a long period of time. And then I want a lot of ribs. So you have an odd little thing that you're doing. Did you expect this? What did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh gosh,
Was it,
honestly,
I
a
wanna be a
singer. I
pump-
didn't know my
I wanna be a
dad. He
singer.
sang, and that's what I wanted to do.
Well, let's hear a little. Belt it out
Oh,
for
no.
us. Okay.
No,
all
I'm a
right.
closet singer.
All right. Well, we got a closet here. You want to go in there?
Art's always been my thing. I didn't go to school, but it was
All right.
just
It
accident.
just sounded so creepy.
We have a closet here. You want to go in there? Well, she is wearing a golf visor. She may very well be a woman in comfortable shoes, and we don't know what's going on with her. This is the wrong song. I'm so very off. I was off for a while, Dori.
I just thought we were wrapping things up.
We are going to wrap things up. For sure, we have to have our show notes for today. Why won't it drag over? There we go. All right, here we go. Let's do this first. All right. Show notes for today. First off, Dori, thank you for the pumpkin.
Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome.
Dori.
Thank you.
I absolutely
Thank
love
you for
it.
putting the nipples on the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Your daughter said that you were being punked by us, not pumped. That they aren't nipples
Yeah.
in our graphic. What did she
She
say?
said that they were the armpit arms on the drawing, but when you printed it, it got cut off. So
Yeah. So
that's
it looks like
what they're
nipples.
supposed to be.
No.
No, Fernando put nipples on there,
That's,
and
that's
you
what I told her.
have you carved. Is this the first time you've ever carved nipples?
No.
You're an odd woman. I don't even want to know. All right, so nipples on pumpkins. Let us see. Vibration. Roidville is a note from today's show. Tom is not Ryan. Leah pointed out how
Thank God.
physically fit I'm not. And boobs and testicles in the morning.
That's
There's your
us.
show notes for today. So proud to be a part of it, Dori. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget, she's got great events coming up. She can come to your house, your business, and carve pumpkins. Pumpkins. If you want to know more, go to her website, Studio Dori. That's DORI.com. Dori, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Pumpkins is a big word. Not as big as
Sound it out.
Not as big as viboration. Hey, you said I'm number one again. Wrap things up next on Will Rock. See if I can actually play the right song here. I'm learning. I was off for a long time. What are you doing? You look like a hot mess. What is with your hair? What the hell?
I just took it
like
down.
A wig. Looks like a bad
I just
wig.
took it down.
All right, watch Tom
I'm
too.
getting
Right
ready
nice
for Halloween.
It's a bad wig.
It does look like a bad wig.
Yeah.
Like something the dollar store
Yeah. I
has.
was going to give Tim joke of the day for his Marky Mark good vibrations reference off the air, but I'm giving you joke of the day for
The way I
your
look.
bad wig picture right now.
The headphones don't help, by the
No.
way.
Headphones
Yeah.
never help hair.
It's not as bad as
wig
when she
on.
tilts her head back and you can see that she looks like
Three
Montgomery Burns. There
times.
she is, Sam. You're flipping me off a lot today. So today, EAS test in the nation at 1:20. Don't freak out until you see the mushroom clouds. If Comrade Putin's smart, he'll launch today. So also thanks to Studio Dori for being here. Big event coming up. You can get details on our website, studiodori.com, and she can come out and do pumpkins or watermelons or glass or whatever you want to hatch on at your place. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And come back on
Sorry.
Pumpkin Smashing Day. Don't forget, we'll do
Oh,
that
yeah.
right out here in
We're
the
on.
Nana Mall. Yeah. So
Can we do it from the roof?
If you can figure out a way up there, not a mall is. I don't think with your hair, not a mall is letting you in here, even on the inside as a customer. Don't forget to get a Powerball ticket tonight. If I just reminded you and you did it because I remind you, remember who your friends are. If you don't win, we'll talk to you tomorrow, bright and early, 5 till 10. The delightful Jen Marr coming in next. She's got your chance at $2,000 in moments on Will Rock.